Good afternoon, Saturday students. Now, when Ariel realized that he had demanded for his freedom and Prospero was not too pleased. In fact, he was annoyed and angry with Ariel for showing his ungratefulness. And then Ariel also realized, he apologized. So he says, "Pardon me, dear master," said Ariel, "ashamed to seem ungrateful. I will obey your commands." So he agreed to continue to serve Prospero. "Do so," said Prospero, "and I will set you free." He then gave orders what further he would have him do. And away went Ariel, first to where he had left Ferdinand, and found him still sitting on the grass in the same melancholy posture. Means he was sitting with folded arms and he was repenting or feeling sad, lamenting about the loss of his father. "Oh, my young gentleman," said Ariel when he saw him, "I will soon move you. You must be brought, I find, for the Lady Miranda to have a sight of your pretty person. Come, sir, follow me." He then began singing. Okay. "Full fathom 5, thy father lies." That means your father lies along with 5 other people. "Of his bones are coral made." Means his bones, he has sunk and his bones will turn into grass, seaweeds. "Those are pearls that were his eyes. Nothing of him that doth fade, but doth suffer a sea change into something rich and strange. Sea nymphs early ring his knell. Hark now, I hear them ding-dong bell." So Ariel started singing a song and telling him about his father's death and how his bones will change into the seaweeds, and there will be a change in the sea because the sea nymphs, they are already started ringing the death bell. So I could hear that the sea nymphs have already started singing the funeral bell. Okay, in the Christian life, the bell signifies, you see a huge bell in every church. So the various sound of that bell makes you understand whether it is a marriage, the bell of a marriage, or bell of a funeral, or bell for mass, church. The strange news of his lost father soon roused the prince from the stupid fit into which he had fallen. He followed in amazement the sound of Ariel's voice. Now remember, he cannot see Ariel, he can only hear a particular sound, and he was following that sound till it led him to Prospero and Miranda, who were sitting under the shade of a large tree. Now Miranda had never seen a man before except her own father. So what Ariel did was, he was singing and he made Ferdinand to follow his sound till he came to the place where Prospero and Miranda were sitting under a large tree. Now Miranda has not seen any other human face other than her own father's. Okay, she has not seen anyone else. And then suddenly she sees another man. "Miranda," said Prospero, "tell me what you are looking at yonder." So suddenly they look at Ferdinand. So Prospero asks his daughter, "What are you looking at?" "Oh, father," said Miranda, in a strange surprise, surely that is a spirit. Lord, how it looks about. Believe me, sir, it is a beautiful creature. Is it not a spirit? Now remember that Ferdinand is a very good looking prince, very handsome. And this is the second face which Miranda had seen. And Ferdinand looked very handsome. So she thought that this lovely creature happens to be a spirit. So that is why she tells her father, this lovely creature, I think he is a spirit. So at the first sight, when Miranda looked at Ferdinand, she mistook him to be a spirit. Okay. No girl answered her father. It eats and sleeps and has senses such as we have. This young man, you see, was in the ship. Now he's telling her that this young man, he's also like us. He eats, drinks, sleeps like us. He was also in the ship. He is somewhat altered by grief, or you might call him a handsome person. He has lost his companion and is wandering about to find him. So he says, this man is like us. He also eats and drinks. Okay. And he was one of the members in the ship. And now he is wandering around looking out for his companions. Miranda, who thought all men had grey faces and grey beards like her father, was delighted with the appearance of this beautiful young prince. And Ferdinand, seeing such a lovely lady in this desert place, and from the strange sounds he had heard, expecting nothing but wonders, thought he was upon an enchanted island, and that Miranda was the goddess of the place, and as such he began to address her. Now when we look at Ferdinand's point of view, remember Ariel was singing a song, so a musical sound was being in the air, could be heard in the air, magical as if, okay, and he was following that particular music. And then he comes and then he sees an old man and a beautiful lady. So when he sees this lovely lady and the islands is enchanted, means it is under a magical spell. So he felt that this island belongs to this lovely lady, and he considers Miranda as the goddess of this island. And then he addresses her. She timidly answered she was no goddess, but a simple maid, and was going to give an account of herself when Prospero interrupted her. He was well pleased to find they admired each other, for he plainly perceived they had, as we say, fallen in love at first sight. But to try Ferdinand constancy, he resolved to throw some difficulties in their way. Therefore, advancing forward, he addressed the prince with a stern air, telling him he came to the island as a spy to take it from him, who was the lord of it. Follow me, said he. I will tie your neck and feet together. You shall drink sea water, shellfish, withered roots, and husk of a corn shall be your food. Now actually Prospero was happy that Ferdinand and Miranda, they admired each other. Okay. But then he wanted to test how much Ferdinand loves his daughter. So what he did was, he interrupted and he took Ferdinand aside and condemned him and said that, I think you have come to this island as a spy. He says, first I will tie your feet and neck so that you may not escape. And then you will get salt water to drink and, like withered roots and shellfish and all that. And like you'll be treated like a prisoner. Okay. Now he wanted to see how Ferdinand will rebel. How will he react to this kind of treatment? So immediately he drew out his sword and he wanted to fight back with Prospero. But Prospero, with the help of his magic powers, he had made Ferdinand like a statue. He did not have the power to move his limbs. So Ferdinand understood that he has been defeated by some strange magical powers. Okay, I'll keep it till here. Then again we shall continue the remaining part of the lesson. Thank you.